You know, the reason Tony Blair can start wars for without asking people is because there's no opposition. It's their fault. It's Mike Reed's fault. The deaths of our servicemen are on his conscience.
Sorry, David. I've made a mistake. It's false. Sorry. False.
No, it is true. I do hope Mike Reed is watching this. Yes, he does traditionally round off the Tory party conference with a song. It saves security having to usher people out of the building. So at the end of that round, it's Lee's team for whom the future's bright, leading as they do 7-5. And so, joyously, we come to the final round, some quick-fire truths and/or lies for our panellists. And remember, they still have no idea what's written on the other side of the card, sensational truth or utter tosh. Starting now, Leslie.
I have been banned from Streatham Ice Rink.
Well, yeah, what did you do?
I was skating with my friend, and you had to go upstairs to really see the nice blokes. And I didn't know, unbeknown to me, but you weren't allowed upstairs. And so we got asked to leave downstairs, and I just got a bit gobby.
So, sorry, what's the upstairs of an ice rink? Is that...
The upstairs is where the viewing gallery. And
so why did they throw you out, or why?
Someone had moved the sign saying, "Don't go up there." And me and Geraldine Hellard just thought, we'll go up there anyway.
Good use of specific name of a possible person who exists.
How old will you be?
About 14.
OK. Is this stacking up?
I just think the sign had been moved. You went in there anyway. It's an honest mistake. Yeah. Why would they ban you from the ice rink?
No. The ice warden came up and said, "You're not allowed up here."
That's a great job title, isn't it? I am the ice warden. Yes. I do not own the ice. I guard the ice for future generations. I am one with walrus and seal.
So she came up to you. He came up to you. And
he came up to, and he said, "I'm going to have to take you downstairs." So he took me downstairs, and unbeknown to me, he was actually taking me outside the door.
Were you still in your skates at this stage?
But I'm
just a little bit worried that he's not thought it through, and you're going to... Yes, but Ice Warden Man can breathe on the floor. All the way home.
Me and Geraldine Hellard tossed out into the street in our sheepskin coats, and I just turned around and went, "F*** off!"
So that might have been when you were back. It was the obscenity to the ice warden moment.
Ice warden.
Yeah. So ice wardens don't take kindly to that.
No.
Dave, what's your conclusion?
I don't really believe this.
You know what, though? It's so bad, it's good.
I think it's a lie.
Right, well, there's two of us think it's a lie, so I think we say it's a lie.
Yeah, they're saying it's a lie. OK, the truth then, Leslie?
It's true.
Oh.
It is completely true. Nice work, Leslie. It's true. Leslie is banned, or was banned, from Streatham Ice Rink. In 1984, Torvill and Dean's thrilling Olympic win caused such an upsurge of interest in ice dancing that they were given their own show just 23 years later. Next, David.
I have formulated a 5-point plan for surviving if I were in prison.
David, please tell us this 5-point plan for surviving in prison.
OK. One, I have to use the fact that I've got a degree in some way. I have to sell the fact that I, have knowledge. Right. Secondly, I have to, in some way, find someone who is physically strong to try and, save me, from the big men and the soap dropping and the pump. Thirdly, I have to make sure that this person isn't a person who will bum me. Fourthly, I need to have some commodity I can sell, so I need to have some deal with someone I knew on the outside, bringing in something like, cigarettes, so that I could, sell them to other inmates.
Right.
And number 5?
And, number 5 would be to get a PhD while I was in there.
What is the likelihood of you actually going to prison?
Well, cut a long story short, I did a terrible, terrible thing, but I got away with it.
So this was an imminent...
No, I formulated this when I was a late teenager, and I was frightened of prison.
How old were you?
I think 17 or 16, 17.
So the first one was what, sorry? To get a degree?
No, that was the last
Use
one.
his degree.
No, the first one you said was to use your degree.
Use your
But you were 17.
So part of your 5-point plan of how to survive in prison is I must get a degree, and number 5 is I must get a PhD. It's this kind of talk that's going to get you into trouble in prison in the first place.
It wasn't 5 topics of conversation when in prison.
Oh.
I wasn't going to bring these things up. So what are you going to do while you're here? I seem to have a cocktail in my hand. Why am I the only one? Oh, I've dropped my cocktail. Don't pick it up.
What are you thinking, then?
Do you know what? I'll tell you why I think it's true, is because David's one of the few people I know that if he did do a 5-point plan, if I was doing a 5-point plan, it would be like, get a brick, get a rounder's bat, get something else that's big. But David involves 2 forms of education within the plan. Yeah. Degree, PhD. Maybe I should make it a 7-point plan and get the masters.
I think it's a lie.
What do you think, Leslie?
I think it's bullshit.
I'm with you, Leslie.
You're a big liar.
I think it's lying too much.
Fight!
So, Lee, you're the team captain. What's your verdict?
I think that what he's saying is utter rubbish, and that's a lie.
David, put us out of our misery.
Yes, I'm afraid to say it is a lie.
It is.
Yes.
Well, absolutely right, it is a lie. David has not formulated a 5-point plan for surviving if he were in prison.
Are there other cards in here, like, you know, you had 19 different names for your grandmother? What are they? Granny, Nan.
Yes.
A 5-point plan for how to survive in prison. I've got no idea how to survive in prison. Don't go to prison. Only commit crimes you can get away with.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
That was nasty. Next, Leslie, again.
I have never eaten an apple, not even taken a bite.
Why not?
No, I'm actually allergic. It's really upsetting.
How did you find out you're allergic to apples?
Actually, only to the green variety, which is like either the Golden Delicious or the Granny Smith. I don't know what it is. It's something in the skin that makes it green that I get allergic.
So you've eaten
reactions.
other apples that are not the ones you're allergic to?
I'm all right with the yellow ones.
Oh, so you've eaten the yellow ones?
Yeah, and red ones.
So just read your statement again.
I have never eaten
A green.
a green. No, you see, they've made a mistake here. I told them upstairs, I said, it's green.
They made a mistake on one of my cards as well, and they said that I'd made a 5-point plan for surviving if I were in prison.
Could I possibly push you for a verdict?
I think that's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie, Leslie? Tell us.
Oh, it's...
Surprise, surprise. It is a lie. And that electronic flatulence signals the end of that final round, and it's Lee's team who are tonight's conquerors, having vanquished David's team 11-7. So, clap on the back to the winners, a clip round the ear to the losers, and finally just remember that you can always tell if a politician is lying because their lips move, which is coincidentally also how you tell if Jade Goody is reading. Good night.
And Myleene Klass is back on BBC One with The One Show, weekday nights at 7. After the news, Denzel Washington's in deep in Man on Fire, big movie action here at 10:45 tonight.